Hello everyone, welcome to Past Preserver. And guess what we have today? This is a 1930 Model A two-door. I just bought this and drug it in like I needed another project. But here's the thing. Now this is taking up the shop, so I have to get it done before I can move on to anything else. So that's what this channel is going to become here. We're going to be doing up, not some people call it restore, some people call it a resto mod. There's different wordings for it. It's like, I'm going to make it look better than it did. This channel is called Past Preserver, not Past Perfectionist. I don't have the time, the money, the know-how, the tools to do, well, maybe I got some of the tools, but I don't have all that to make this perfect. And as you can see, I'm not starting with something totally perfect. She's got a lot of pitting going on. The fenders are pretty rough to say the least, and they've been beat up and welded on, and I don't even know what, like we have a piece of metal up under here to hold the two together, and then they put a big weld down it. So not a perfect car, but not an awful car at the same time, because normally we had a 30 Model A four-door at one time, and it was all kind of rotted out back in here. And on the other side, both of these are in really good shape. Back here, pretty good, pretty good. Up high here, a little bit of Bondo, not a little Bondo there. And I think I'm just going to live with the Bondo because I can't see redoing work that's not terrible. I mean, it definitely needs some help now, but I don't know how far to take this. It's already in a pretty sad state, but definitely like to get it going and up on the road. Do have the back seat, the bottom of the back. No, I got the whole back seat, don't I? Yeah, okay. Oh, I'm still looking at this. It just got drug in. They built a cart for it, so this thing's on wheels. So she rolls around really easy. I love that. That's gonna make work on this thing so much better. But we're gonna take all the, well, I wasn't gonna say paint, but rust off of it. Get it all, probably some high build primer, block, sand it down, something like that. We're gonna make it look better than it did. Down here we got just a little bit of rust. It's not real bad though. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera. But overall, this thing's pretty solid for, compared to some of these I've seen. Even the Model A four-door we had was in rougher shape than this thing. But here's in pretty good shape. Tank's not rotted out, at least doesn't look like it to me. Firewall, not bad, down in the tank. She needs some cleaning out. I've never had to clean a tank before. Not one of these at least. I've cleaned plenty of tanks, but I think there's a little bit of work that goes into pulling that, but we're gonna have to figure it out. These fenders, pretty rough. The front fenders, sadly, we're gonna see what we can do on this. They've welded them. Yeah, that's low. Yeah, they've welded them back together on both sides in about the same spot. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. That's just a big glob. But we'll try and grind that down and see how well we can fix that up. Steering column is totally locked up. That looks like it might have sat in water. Not loving the looks of that. The brake pedal, the clutch pedal. I have one tail light that's kind of together. It's got two lenses in it. 2 out of 3 ain't bad, I guess. Yeah. Got the Awuga horn. That's the most important part right there. A running board mats, it looks like. Steering wheel. The up and down controls for the window. Gear for running the speedometer. The carburetor. Not sure what this little doodad is. Windshield wiper maybe? I don't know. Controller? I'm not totally sure what. Like that shaft turns. I'm wondering if maybe windshield wiper controller. I don't know. I'm not an expert when it comes to A's. Steering wheel, not great looking, but it's a steering wheel. There's something in here that was kind of neat. Yeah. got the door handles. This little rear view glass mirror. It had like a reflective tape on it. That's something kind of different. Radiator cap that won't work on my radiator, sadly, because it's a newer style with the big turn on. Is that the lock? What? I'm not sure what that is. If this is the outer door handle, what's going on with that? I don't know. Someone have to let me know. Oh, my light just died. Great. Yeah, a little time with the wire wheel, and she's not going to be winning any shows. Look at how rough the surface is. We went from that to, yeah. Didn't take long though. No paint, definitely makes it easy. And I think this is just a thin primer coat, so won't take much to take her all down. Leave a like, hit subscribe. Moving on, we got a box full of conduit stuff for wires. Great. This is a rebuild kit for the pump, the water pump. It open up. So got one of those, but I don't have a water pump. Yay. The hood is in kind of sorry shape. It might clean up okay. We'll see what we can do on it. Nothing looks super deeply pitted from what I'm seeing. There's definitely some in there though. But yeah, we're gonna do what we can on that. I think someone had this painted red at one time. There's the bumpers. Probably just gonna do them back in silver. The running boards, they're a little bit of hole there. This one's not bad. The other one though, she's definitely got some rust issues, and a hole there, a hole there. No, that's supposed to be there. But we have a muffler. It's in pretty good shape. The seats are pretty rough. Gonna have to figure something out on those. This is a pile of random parts for it. I know we got like headlight cross member and trim stuff. I really don't know. Wood trim for the headliner. There's the radiator cover, or a holder, where this mounts into. I know what a few things are. The windshield's delaminating and has a big crack in it. Also, I have no glass besides one for the door and that front windshield. But yeah, I think someone had this painted red at some point because there's a little bit of red right there. And kind of my ultimate plan is kind of do a red and black two-tone kind of deal. I think that might look neat. Because, I don't know, just a straight black car. Yeah, they look nice, but I like my stuff to be just a little bit different. The doors are not bad. They're not rotted out on the bottoms. So, I can't really complain too much. The hinges are all pretty loose. Well, that one's not, but they all do move. But it's not the mechanisms. And like I say, I do have the up and downers. And the one glass for whichever door I decide to put glass in. Yay. Headlights. Well, I've got 3 sets. This one here, I'm guessing is for a halogen bulb because it's got the newer style and it's got this ring around. I've got a pair of those. I've got a pair of nicer ones for the flat glass, and then these with the flat glass in them. These are, the housings are okay, but this one's got the original Ford, what is that, 2-light headlamp logo on it, and this one doesn't. What else do we have? We can go look at the engine now because we're running out of the sad amount of parts I got. This was on an auction. I don't know if I said that yet, but it was on an auction. They kind of broke up the parts to this car on the sale, and I ended up buying this. This is one of the last things that sold. The way the ticker, you know, you bid and then someone else bids and it resets it for a minute or 2 minutes or whatever, and I hate doing it that way on an online auction. Just get it over with. Let me run it up and buy it. I get it, but at the same time, I wish they would have just sold all, because most of that stuff I showed on that table and down there in that tub, that was all a different lot. I had to buy separately. And there was no point in buying all that stuff. There was a nice engine and transmission on that sale too, but I didn't know if I was going to get this car bought. It could have went for stupid money. And there was a Model AA truck at the same sale. So, moving on to the engine, I think this engine's pretty good. It's locked up, she's locked up, but transmission we did get to slide around. And I'm missing the shifter and the cover plate that goes here. And look at it, the little bracket's supposed to go this way. I do have the one that goes that way for the coolant lines. Missing the pulley for the front. Missing the water pump, missing the fan, missing the starter, missing the generator. Yeah, there's a lot of things I don't have. Now my dad does have another block out there, and he doesn't remember, oh, I'm missing the distributor and all that. He does have another block out there, and I've got it, it's buried in the shed. We don't know exactly, can't remember what all was on it. So hoping there's at least a distributor and the coolant jacket I need, and possibly a water pump. Never know, because now I got that rebuild kit and we could just do that up. This here's just kind of sitting on here. This, yeah. But the guy did tape everything off and the plugs were in the holes. Now, if you can see down in there, this thing is clean, like might have had a rebuild done. Levels of shiny. I don't know if there's oil in it though. I think there's supposed to be a dipstick on these engines. And I'm thinking it's supposed to be right there. So that's not looking good. We might have to drop the oil pan and see what we got in there. And that hole's plugged up too. So yeah, that's what we're looking at. I've got a lot of parts to get yet. I think the main focus right now is going to be, let's get this engine running, driving. We'll clean the frame up, get the frame all painted up, and then we'll focus on the body, the tin work, the this, the that. My plan for the little stuff, I'm gonna, every day when I come home from work, I'm gonna pick apart, clean it up, prime it, paint it with spray paint. I'm just gonna do black spray paint for the under frame and a bunch of the little stuff. The main stuff you see, the fenders, the body itself, that's all gonna be nice. We're gonna get some nicer spray gun paint and maybe a base clear or something like that. I don't know. It all depends on how good I can bring this thing back. I don't know. Unsure. It all comes down to time, money, and how much effort I end up putting in it in the long run. You know, it's just, you never know what's going to come up. So a lot of new bolts and stuff on this engine, which is nice to see. So somebody was at least trying. These tires are actually kind of newer tires. Where was it? Had sticker, still had the labels and stuff, and still had the protecting over the white walls. So, and they're all holding air pretty good. So somebody was trying to do this thing up nice, but yeah, we'll bring this frame, kind of clean it up and repaint it. Freshen it all up. So I think that's going to do it for this video. Let me know what any of those parts are. It'd be appreciated. You know, just kind of say what it is, and the timestamp would be very helpful. And sourcing parts, I know there's a ton of spots online where I can buy stuff. So I'm going to be hitting them up, seeing what I can get. I at least want to get this engine, hear it run here first before we get too far. I need to see what all my dad's engine has on it. But that's where we're at. That's what we're working on. This is kind of what the channel is going to become on top of the shorts. I started doing the random funny shorts and using the Snapchat, the CapCut, and you know, little meme stuff and things like that. And people seem to be really enjoying it. So we'll keep on with that. The video games, my brother's still making. My light just died again. It might be a good thing. But so yeah, we're going to be working on this too in the background and, well, in the foreground. It's going to be part of the channel is what I'm trying to say. I do have a couple other projects ongoing. Well, I have a lot of other projects ongoing, but this year I started making a video on, almost got her to run, need a little check ball, and that video should be pretty well complete. I would have liked to have taken it apart and painted it, but you know, more things keep coming in, and this is taking priority. How many times am I going to say that? Enough to convince myself that this is going to be it. So, another thing. Anyone who's watching for the Corvair, the 63 Corvair, that I'm probably going to end up getting rid of it at some point and put the funding towards this. Because I really don't need multiple cars going at once. This is pretty cool. And the Corvair is neat, but it's hard to pass this up. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Leave a like, hit subscribe, and have yourself a great day.